Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good.
Cool.
Okay. So in today's video, I just want to talk about some important people in the book and some really important places that I talk about in Oakland Girl. Okay. So first things first. In Oakland Girl, my husband taught me the word double entendre. Didn't even know what that was until last year, honestly. Didn't know what a double entendre was. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But anyway, so I talk about being an Oakland girl. That's a blooper for you. So I talk about being an Oakland girl, and I also talk about my relationship and dynamic with my mother, and also the place Oakland, okay? I talk about Oakland being a mother, Oakland being a nurturer, and Oakland being this place where, it's trying to raise me and I'm trying to grow up and discover myself. So one of the main characters in the book, other than the narrator, is my mother. I talk about my mother a lot, and I talk about what our dynamics were, because it was so essential to how I even ended up in Oakland in the first place, right? Because I was actually born in Detroit, Michigan, for those who don't know. Most of my family, all of my family for the most part, live in Detroit. And so my journey to Oakland, California was actually because something my mother was going through. She had ran into some trouble in Detroit where she was shot, she was pistol whipped, and I really think people were probably just looking for her, and it wasn't safe for her, and neither was it safe for me. And so that's how we got on the Greyhound bus. Took us 3 days to get to Oakland, California. Literally moved there right after the San Francisco earthquake. So that's how my journey in Oakland, California started. I grew up there, 1 year old, up until 24 years old. Oakland, California was my home. It's still a place that I love, although I don't live there anymore. And I talk about my relationship with my mom throughout this book, the dynamics that we had, me being the first child, the oldest child, and also her struggling with drug addiction. I do want to say here that when you read the book, you may think like, man, she went through a lot of things with her mom. Yeah, I wonder how that relationship turned out. The relationship turned out fine. I went through a lot of therapy, and I also went through just a lot of prayer and a lot of opportunity to take years to actually forgive my mother, even after she passed away. Okay, so though you may read in the book about some tumultuous situations, I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer that the relationship or the dynamic between my mother and I is all good. And I actually shine a lot on her story as well, because I do think as, children of our parents, we tend to tell what we've gone through and not always talk about what our parents gone through, right? And there's a phrase, a saying that I've heard people say, hurt people hurt people. So in this book, I talk about that dynamic, and I talk about the things that I had to do to live with my mother, to tolerate my mother, and all those great things.